If you want all the latest news of NBA 2K and also NBA in general, you should follow me on my Twitter account at PackHoopsYT. Not only that, I do giveaways all the time when it comes to VC, games, and also even consoles. So check it out, follow me, and see you there. NBA 2K22 has released their top 10 players according to the ratings in NBA 2K22. I want to cover what their opinion is, whether they're right or wrong, and see how we go from there. Que pasa to the pack? It is Pack here. Before this video starts, please be an OG, join the pack, and subscribe. I can't wait to talk about all this 2K news and when 2K comes out to make 2K gameplay videos and stuff like that. And leave a like on the video because it helps the channel out a lot, okay? So, here's the photo 2K used. It says top 10 overall 2K ratings. It's Kevin Durant on the cover. And they have the top 10 players with their overall ratings to the right. And we have some pretty controversial stuff that I can't wait to kind of break down here, okay? So, before I say anything, I do want to say, if you look, it's only a 2 overall difference from 1 to 10. I've never seen a 2K where have this many players have such a high rating together, so close. Like, this is the closest it's ever been. Usually, it's like LeBron at like a 98 overall, and then you have like at number 10, like it was Kyrie at like a 91, right? So this is a really, really bunched up group for the first time, which means that the league is getting closer, right? But let's start off at number 10 with Damian Lillard, right? So Damian Lillard offensively is one of the best players in basketball, okay? This guy can get a bucket in any situation at an extreme efficiency and is one of the best three-point shooters in the freaking league, baby. But his team continues to lose over and over and over again. And I don't think it's his fault at all. I'm actually one of the people that think that genuinely Damian Lillard is pretty damn good. And I think that he just doesn't have enough talent around him. But at the end of the day, if you're not succeeding and if you're not winning championships like some people above, you're not going to get that high enough of a rating. And you're going to see that trend in a little bit, right? Because you have two other players that are tied with Damian Lillard as the 8th best player in the league, with Luka Doncic and James Harden. Now, when I pull up a picture of Luka Doncic, James Harden, and Damian Lillard, do we agree that all these three players are the same skill-wise? I mean, James Harden is an MVP. Damian Lillard is arguably one of the best point guards in the NBA. And Luka Doncic is, I don't know, man, statistically a top 5 player, at least statistically, right? And maybe the best young talent in the NBA. So you see these three guys, and in terms of accolades, James Harden is better than these three, right? Or these two. But Luka Doncic, trajectory-wise, is looking better than these three. But I do think that Damian Lillard being last on this list compared to these other two probably is the right call. And I think James Harden being behind Luka Doncic is also the right call. Because realistically, James Harden is going to have to get these buckets with Kevin Durant and Kyrie on the floor together. And it's not realistic to expect him to put up the numbers he usually does when all three of them are on the floor. But Luka Doncic is going to get probably even better next season. The order they have this in, with Luka Doncic being ahead of these two, is probably correct. Now, we have the 95 overalls. There's 3 of them. It's Joel Embiid, Nikola Jokic, and Kawhi Leonard. This one is also very, very interesting, but I think it's disrespectful to Nikola Jokic because Nikola Jokic, in my opinion, well, first of all, he was MVP last season, and they gave him a -1 this year for, in my opinion, no reason. Why? He didn't play bad in the playoffs. He had an amazing season. Why downgrade him? Why? It's because people are saying the 96 overall is going to be the baseline for the best rating in basketball, right? But Jokic was MVP last season. Jokic put up numbers that we've almost never seen before from a center, and he didn't play bad in the playoffs, and we downgraded him. Do you know where I'm getting at? This is the best center in the basketball. Why can't he be in the conversation for best in the league? Do you know what I'm saying? I know that he may not be some defensive juggernaut at all, while 3 players in the top 4 are, but I still think that Jokic should probably have been a 96 because he had proven it. Now, Kawhi Leonard, on the other hand, the difference between him and Jokic, because Kawhi Leonard is a 2-time Finals MVP, right? Let's not disrespect him, but he gets injured a lot, and so it's kind of hard to have him in the same group as everyone above him when he's not playing enough, right? So I don't know. That's kind of the conversation there. Maybe I'm just a salty Spurs fan, but you know what I'm saying. Now, Joel Embiid also on this list. I think he's exactly where he needs to be. I'd argue he's a little better than the 3 guys below, just because his defense is way better than those guys, and he's offensively dominant like those other guys. So I think that being at number 7 is fair, in my opinion, with Joel Embiid. I think that's fair. But Nikola Jokic should be above Kawhi at least, I feel. So Kawhi at 6, Nikola Jokic at 5 probably would have been a little better. But more or less, I'm okay with this, right? And now we have the top 4 of the NBA. The 4 best players in basketball, according to 2K, right? This one can be pretty controversial, and we can get into a pretty big fight. I mean, Curry is the only unanimous MVP here. He's a multiple-time MVP. We know that when he is given a team by himself, he's ridiculous. But when Kevin Durant and Curry were on the team at the exact same time, it was pretty obvious that Kevin Durant was better than Curry. Maybe that's a hot take. Maybe that's a debatable one. In my opinion, it was pretty clear that Kevin Durant was slightly better than Steph Curry. It is what it is. Plus, he's a way better defender, right? That's just a fact. So Kevin Durant being above Steph Curry is fair. Giannis is the question mark. So in my prediction video, I said that he was going to be the highest rating in 2K, but I said that because he just won Finals MVP and won an NBA championship. That was my reasoning. I mean, he's a defensive juggernaut and an offensive juggernaut as well, but he's limited in his game. All he can do is really drive and maybe hit a midi here and there. His three-point game isn't even that good. He can shoot wide open threes and kind of hit them, but creating his own three-point shot in the three-point line doesn't exist right now for Giannis, right? So in terms of, yes, of these 4 players, is he the best defender? By far. Is he the best offensive player? That's a debate, in my opinion, right? Now, finally, it's LeBron James. Now, LeBron James has been in the conversation, or is arguably and been arguably the best player in basketball for years now, like a long, long time, right? And even though statistically he was as good as he had ever been last year, like he's been that good for a long time, injuries have been a thing for him lately. And not only that, when you watch him play in the 4th quarter, he used to be a lot more aggressive, a lot more game-changing. He would take over the game. And this year, I didn't feel that at all. It's been kind of like missing from him this year, right? Unless I was crazy, but like, where was he, right? Like, I don't know. It was just vanishing sometimes. Now, of course, his team was injured a lot, and it's not fair to him, and he was injured too, but still, I think this is the first year you could argue that maybe Kevin Durant or Giannis is maybe better than him. Now, I know it's crazy to say that, and I know that LeBron James is like, we consider him maybe the best player of all time, right? But I don't know. I think Curry being 4 is right. I think Giannis and KD is a debate, but I think I understand why KD is above Giannis. But I don't know if LeBron should be above KD anymore. I mean, is this finally the year we give it to KD and say maybe he's the best player in basketball? Because that might finally be the case. If we see LeBron be not lackadaisical, but just not as like aggressive as he used to be, then maybe it's time to give it to KD. Maybe. But we'll see. We'll see when the season starts. It's going to be a very interesting season to see who's going to be the best player in basketball. I want to know your guys' opinion and leave it in the comments below. My bold take finally from this is that I thought Nikola Jokic should have been a 96 overall at number 5 below Curry. My opinion. But what do y'all think? Let me know your opinion in the comments below. And if you like this channel, please give it a sub. And I'll see you guys next time. If you want all the latest news of NBA 2K and also NBA in general, you should follow me on my Twitter account at PackHoopsYT. Not only that, I do giveaways all the time when it comes to VC, games, and also even consoles. So check it out, follow me, and see you there.